Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing up in quite some time.
In an unexpected action that astounded everyone at last, Caitlin Clark of the basketball world ended her silence following a week of. There are rumors and conjecture circulating. For her WNBA future, Clark turned to Instagram to disclose her intentions for the forthcoming season.
She just absolutely did it all and became a magnet for attention and an icon for sports fans, certainly little girls, certainly mine as well, playing her basketball and watching her play.
The community for basketball hosted as Clark's social media breath stayed dormant after the Fever's fans of the controversial playoff elimination and experts alike questioned whether this was just a season that was momentous for her. A sneak peek at what she'll be playing somewhere else. Or would she really to play another game? She'll hang up her sneakers. Sport. The tension created by each day after the other. And on October 2nd, Clark's Instagram illuminated her post with appreciation for her first year caused the league to be rocked, and we'll examine what this entails in this video. For the Fever in Indiana and how her decisions influenced the WNBA's future. As we examine Clark's revolutionary season, we'll learn about her impact, decision, and its implications for the sport. Before we dissect it, kindly please remember to subscribe to the channel. You're prepared to let go, as reality has reached.
Make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years.
Clark's message on Instagram was simply the iceberg's tip behind them. Words that were well chosen created a season that reinterpreted basketball's potential, what caused one superstar to break not only anticipations, but the actual record books on October 2nd. Caitlin Clark's Instagram was ablaze in 2024. With a statement that caused a stir the first-year basketball world. Check. She expressed gratitude to the numerous individuals who have helped me out as I've managed to fulfill the dream I had as a child, which is full of thankfulness as I consider the past 12 months of my life. I'll see you all in the second year. Clark's remarks validated what fans had hoped, that she wouldn't go somewhere other than the very reason that made her season was so exceptional, that it wasn't simply it was about shattering records. Breaking them. Clark's first year witnessed, she destroyed an incredible 62 records. Each one is evidence of her unheard-of influence on the game.
One of the greatest years of basketball with work put in by anybody ever.
Let's get going. Given the figures that statisticians were left with, Clark is rushing to come up with new superlatives. 19, 2 points, 8.
For assists and 5. 7 on average, 1.
3 steals and rebounds per game. These weren't only respectable figures for a novice. For any player, these were elite numbers. Her 337 assists set a new league record. The league's overall benchmark is the greatest quantity of assists in one season, demonstrating her capacity to improve her whole group. But it went beyond Clark's raw statistics alone, something that has never been done by a freshman prior to a triple-double, not only once but twice, and she continued to do so until she was 19. Helps in one game to set up another document, demonstrating that her vision and their playmaking skills were exceptional. The full effect of Clark's performances went well beyond the statistics sheet. She revitalized in the Indiana Fever team, which had been enduring years of hardship under the team's leadership. They won by 20. Their first 20-win season ended in a 20-loss record. More significantly, since 2015, Clark has provided their first playoff Fever appearance that concludes a lengthy postseason drought.
That's our goal.
It's our goal to get to the playoffs.
Our goal is to be in the playoffs. Our goal is to just continue to be competing for a championship.
Her captivating presence didn't only win games on the court, it attended by fans. Attendance increased dramatically. Jerseys were snatched from the stores, and the Indiana Fever were now a must-see. TV. Clark's capacity to form a team every game showed improvement as she generated chances and made them in ways that left defenders on the floor. Rushing the awards that came in as swiftly as the damaged documents, Clark was WNBA Rookie of the Year, unanimously chosen, a year that demonstrates her power. All-Star Game pick with the Another Feather was the most amount of votes. In her cap, demonstrating her ability to hold her own against the established league stars and thrill the supporters.
Caitlin Clark is way better, way sooner than anybody thought.
What further enhanced Clark's accomplishments, her handling of the situation was impressive. Pressure entering the league with enormous hype that she didn't merely encounter, she went above and beyond what was expected of her. In the spotlight, her capacity to deliver during critical times and her steadfast focus drew analogies to legends such as Pete Maravich and Larry Bird, even the legendary Michael Jordan and Steph Curry Jordan himself. But possibly the most noteworthy feature of Clark's season was how it changed how people thought about what a first-year player can do within the WNBA. Not only did she elevate the standard, but she sent it into the future stratosphere. Now, rookies will be evaluated in comparison to Clark's amazing standards serve as a baseline. That appears nearly unjust in its loftiness. Given that you've reached this point and are having fun with the video, remember to like, to subscribe, and activate everything notifications that we are aware of while viewing this. It takes some time to watch the video, and we thank you. Let's get back to the action.
But she also did it with the spotlight on her at a very young age. Fame is hitting this young lady's life. And very, very rarely did I see a misstep or something that I wouldn't want to show my daughter. Literally every step of the way, it's just like, watch her, watch how she plays, watch how she handles her business.
As Clark's fame grew, the phenom who had targeted her back was going to take the WNBA by storm, confront obstacles that would put her to the test. Determination like never before her. The season that broke records had captured fans, but it also brought about intense examination and unforeseen circumstances. The playoffs were meant to be free of controversy, to serve as Clark's defining moment rather than they turned into a firestorm's focal point that would consume the budding star. Throughout an important matchup with the Connecticut, and Ipuk left Clark in shock. Suddenly, what should have been a simple play became the focus of contentious discussion. Clark traveled across the basketball world, down, but no foul was signaled.
As everyone else is seeing this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Inquiries concerning officiating and player safety, fans and experts exploded, analyzing each time the incident is shown, asking the objective of the poke. The dispute erupted into a furor when Christine Brennan, a columnist for USA Today, increased the likelihood of intending causing the WNBA players to become outraged union.
You went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
However, did you realize that poke was only the beginning? That 177% of the funds received by Clark every egregious foul in the league. Take a moment to consider that there are 144 players, and the player who finished last got a disproportionately high number of hits. And let's not even discuss all the occasions. Egregious infractions weren't referred to, as the might have easily doubled the number. Group that was in charge of 80% of it was the Chicago Bulls, who committed such fouls. Sky's head coach recently received, "Why does Caitlin Clark get fired?" Fouls for being struck with excessive contact are not called, but she slapped the rim instead. Quick technical foul for padding, and let's not delve into the rules. They're in the book. Here is Diana Taurasi participating in the debate. Identical, yet there was no technical considering this. Why does it appear that there are two norms for officiating in relation to Clark?
Let me show you.
Picks off the pass, and Diana Taurasi.
Look at that. Bro, she just did the same exact movement as what Clark did, except Clark hit it lower. Diana did it straight on and loud.
Picks off the pass, and Diana Taurasi, they'll count the bucket. And one coming up for DT.
Right in front of the rest, blatantly not even acting on it.
As the notoriety of Clark as it expanded, the shadowy underside of her approach to adversity is hated online. Merely strengthened her rising legend in spite of the whirling disputes. That Clark's attention never faltered in her capacity to overcome the commotion and carry on with your performance at an elite level. She gained the admiration of both rivals and teammates. The Clark season was controversial. Showed the intricate terrain of contemporary on the one hand. She is a sports startup. extraordinary achievement brought new interest in and enthusiasm for the WNBA on other. It exposed her to varying degrees of examination and critique that a small number of players have yet to go through it all. Clark's fortitude was evident in each. She seemed to be fueled by challenge. Identifying the IPOC event between numerous others served as a focal point for conversations regarding player safety and improved officiating.
Who I am, it's what I've done my whole career. I think at times there's ways I can probably channel it a little bit better, but that's just basketball at the end of the day. No, that's never gonna change. I'm never gonna lose that. I feel like I'm getting hammered. I don't know. I appreciate Christy getting a tech too. I don't know.
While a dispute raged, something extraordinary was taking place. What the league was about behind the scenes to see a change in contrast to in its 27-year history. What specifically did Caitlin Clark do? Everyone, even casual and diehard fans, those watching intently on their televisions, that the solution is found in what can only be the Caitlin Clark effect. As it is known, her influence on the WNBA extended beyond her performance on the court was a seismic action that changed the whole. Her presence in the women's sports landscape by itself launched the league into viewership of uncharted territory is declining. Documents that had endured for more than 2 decades.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history.
Clarkonomics, my friend.
Let's discuss the figures from Clark's first season. An incredible 21 broadcasts, with each of her draws more than 1 million spectators. This increase wasn't minor. Rather, it was for a league with a quantum leap found it difficult to hit them previous Indiana Fever numbers. Formerly a WNBA afterthought, hierarchy abruptly turned into a must-watch CTV, and the commonality among the majority of, you guessed it, Caitlin, those games, Elizabeth Clark. But the matter wasn't limited to eyes on displays. Clark's captivating presence instantly converted into a packed the Indiana Fever's arenas, established an all-time WNBA record. Almost 17,000 fans on average each home game, to include that in Viewpoint. This was the same group that was only a little bit worse in terms of attendance. Season before, within a single, Clark transformed the home court of the Fever last year into the town's most sought-after ticket. Even it got so hot during road games that opponents required to reserve larger arenas whenever there was a Fever in town.
The WNBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the league.
Clark's impact went well beyond the hardwood turned became a social media star. Sensation with more than 2.9 million Instagram fans. This wasn't only Clark had stopped talking about basketball, went beyond athletics to become a cultural symbol. But what really made Clark, she wasn't the only one who was unique. Her brilliance lay in her capacity to raise her playing style to people around her, distinguished by accurate passing, and the best in me was brought out by clutch scoring. The Fever established a franchise for her teammates. Record for the most assists in a season, with Clark herself establishing several. She not only scored but also set assist records. Improved everyone's performance on the court. Effects of Clark's participation in the WNBA. The only person Drew compares himself to as analysts of Michael Jordan observed her capacity to draw in previously unheard of focus and economic appeal to what Jordan did for the NBA, the league, throughout his illustrious career. He built upon the magic, and Larry Bird laid the groundwork. In the 1980s, Johnson wasn't merely exaggeration. The figures supported it. In his postseason debut, Clark averaged 1.84 million, the most viewers of any since the finals in 2000 WNBA playoff games, and 2.5 million people watched Game 2, surpassing the first game record just a few days earlier.
What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just, as a baller to a baller, I just want to say thank you to you, Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
For just lifting our game up, you and so many great players. But what you're doing, you're going to make all these women multimillionaires one day, like Tiger did, like Michael Jordan did, and we shouldn't hate on her. We should celebrate her, not tolerate her.
Perhaps the most amazing thing about the Clark effect elevated not just the Fever, but every team in the WNBA saw an increase in fan interaction in her first year. It seemed as though the gravitational pull of Clark's star power bringing fresh perspectives and enthusiasm for women's basketball in general. Tama Catchings, the entire WNBA legend, summarized. Her statement that Clark had refreshed not just the Fever, but also the whole Indianapolis city, and the catchings drew for the entire league. Similarities between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird changed the NBA by implying that Clark's influence might be just as groundbreaking for the women's sport.
I think it can't be overstated enough, like what she did to bring eyes to that sport. Whether people want to admit it or not, it's just a fact.
As the dust decided on her rookie record-breaking, seasonal conjecture raged around whether Clark be a wonder for only one season or the foundation of a long-standing dynasty. The long-awaited social media post was finally released. The message stirred more than the quiet. Queries rather than responses. "See you all in the second year," she said. Clark affirmed her dedication to the Indiana. The WNBA and Fever are causing repercussions of excitement in the world of basketball. But what is the true significance of Clark's decision? In the event that the Fever persists in the league overall, her campaign wasn't merely remarkable, historic, and the future is blazing bright right now. Fever. The enthusiasm for Clark's it is evident that she is back on the court fills in more than just winning games. Seats and enthralls viewers with having completed an entire season and an opportunity to already build upon her outstanding resume. Standards for the year 2 are extremely high.
Caitlin Clark is a superstar, not a female superstar. She is a superstar.
We were coming to see Caitlin Clark play.
She moves the needle. The WNBA has been looking for someone who moves the needle.
What constitutes the future for the Fever? Especially brilliant is the promising core that encircles Clark. The 2023 Rookie of the Year is Aaliyah Boston. Year and Clark create a dynamic partnership that has the capacity to rule the league. Incorporate the rim operating for years to come. And Kelsey's excellent shooting, an all-star, and Lexi's overall adaptability. You and Hull have a young, gifted roster that only scratches the surface of Clark's play's potential. Her sense of elegance is a wonderful compliment. Teammates' passing and court vision capacity to provide possibilities for Boston. Mitchell's open looks and paint job don't try to exit the perimeter. Hull available since she is currently the most precise three-point shooter in the defeat as this core group acquires further expertise. Playing together, their chemistry and effectiveness is only going to become better. Her ongoing presence is expected to draw in even more media and admirers. Attention that can bring about a new women's basketball's golden age as Clark gets ready for the 2025 campaign. There is a noticeable feeling of hope about her capacity to improve the Fever even more with comprehensive instruction camp and became more acquainted with her. Teammates as well as the professional game anticipate Clark making another leap. As she progresses in her development, the query is not if she will get better, but rather how much. The journey of Caitlin Clark from college from WNBA sensation to phenom has been nothing short of remarkable. She broke records in a single season, brought a faltering franchise back to life, and won over fans' hearts during the, as Nancy Lieberman stated, nation. The contribution Caitlin Clark has made to the game is her presence across generations has not only raised the Indiana Fever, but has additionally paid previously unheard of attention to the WNBA as a whole, with attendance surging considering audience figures. Clark's impact is changing how women will live in the future. Athletics as she gets ready for her sophomore year season that the basketball world observes with eagerly awaiting. Will Clark's next move reinterpret what the WNBA may offer if her first year is any guide? History is being played out in front of right before our eyes, and the best thing is just got started. So let's count down the number of days till Caitlin Clark returns, such as turning on everything and subscribing alerts to ensure you don't miss anything. Select the video that appears on the screen, and we'll see you at the following one.